meeting. Pray for your hand upon each and every one of us as we conduct city business. And Lord, I just pray for wisdom for us to make good decisions, good choices. Lord, to better this city, this wonderful, great city that you have put us in. I thank you for all things and ask your blessing on everyone that's here in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Let's have a roll call, please.
Conaway.
Here.
Evancho.
Here.
Loffman.
Here.
McMillan. Here. Mauer.
Here.
Wolverton.
Here.
Zaleski.
Here.
Okay. And reading of the minutes.
Make a motion, we dispense with the reading of the minutes, place on file.
And Tom?
Second the motion.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have that. And go with the mayor's report.
Yeah, which way you want to report on this, there's always something. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's good seeing everybody. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day weekend. Seems like we're pretty busy all the way through for everybody. But this weather couldn't have been any better, I don't think. In the middle of all that, I do have a few requests on paper here in front. Number one, request from the safety director. He's got three today. A, accept nuisance abatement ordinance. B, appropriate funds for purchase and upgrade of computers. That's throughout the departments. C, permission to apply for a COPS school violence prevention program grant and declaring it an emergency. And two, request from the fire department for transfers and appropriations.
We will refer 1A to the legislative committee, and we will refer B, C, and 2 to finance.
Thank you, Council President. I do have a couple little things. As you know, we just came out of, had our spring cleanup weekend. Very steady and strong, some repeat people coming back through. Wasn't quite the backed up lines we've seen on other Fridays in the past, but the tonnage may fool us, so we'll wait until the full report's in. But I'm glad we do it. We have to do it. Saturday was a little stronger, started out a little crazy, but they was able to keep up with it. And the tire trailer, of course, is always strong, and we work in partnerships with a couple townships, so we're going to fill that up pretty strong. And what that leads us into the mowing situation. As we all know, with the rain, the way it's been, and the sun popping out, it's pretty serious out there. If you haven't mowed yet, you're probably looking, try to get in your car through the windshield because it's pretty bad. And there are some spots that jump off. Our property code's going as hard as it can. We've got 5 individuals mowing for us under where we pay them, and easily 25, 30 yards last couple of weeks. And unfortunately, I could leave here right now and take you to 4 of them. So we're chasing it. We could use your help. Keep on. I know some of you's like, but I just said that before. I know. It's just repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. That's just the job. But again, some people are waking up to it a little slow and getting in the game, but it is looking mostly pretty well out there. But I think court workers are helping. Skip was big out there in the municipal court. I want to throw them a thank you up there. They completely staffed a day and a half of that down there, and that put our workers back out doing what they need to be doing. Blacktop patching, finally kicking in. We got some good mix, and when we can get in line and get it, but we got one crew every day doing that. Still some spots to get outside of us. There's a private-owned lane down there behind the coffee place down there. Chuck holes so deep, I think I seen a miner down in it, but that's a private road, so we get hammered a little bit on it, but there's nothing we can do about it. So hopefully they'll pick up on it, or else pull the cars out of it. We're building up for Memorial Day, trying to start catching up. Our goal is to have everything mowed back for that, and that's kind of where we aim this time of year. And I like where we're at right now, but we do have our hands full. And I just want to give a shout out to the Cambridge graduates. It was this last weekend. And in case you didn't pick up on it, you had the Cambridge graduation, you had Muskingum graduation. Shenandoah and Buckeye Trail both had proms. And I'm telling you what, this place, things are rolling out there. So if you had the restaurants going, you couldn't get in them, but, anyhow, like to see the activity, nice weather. So that's all I have, unless anybody has direct questions.
Any questions?
Yeah, Mayor, I do have a couple, just, and if you don't know the answer, that's fine, maybe we can get Nick in here or Mr. Baker in here sometime soon. But Claremont Avenue right now with the sidewalks and everything, it looks like that's about done. Is that
Yeah,
it at this point? So hopefully here in a week or so, that one's gonna be hopefully.
yeah, they're starting to go in the home stretch on that. They got some grass growing, and they're waiting on some blacktop for down there at the bottom. And they're putting entrance ways on the other side of the street for the handicap, so they can get the corners dressed up a little bit.
Okay, thank you. And then two, just touch maybe a little bit on the radar system we have with the tickets that are going.
Great question. When school's in session is the only time that thing's gonna be fully, that'll be next, excuse me, next year, kicking in when school's in session. They did have a trial and error session where people got some warnings and kind of shook them up a little bit. Well, it should. In 4 hours, we had 155 violations.
Wow.
So, gonna get a little interesting in the beginning. But people have clamored and clamored and clamored about safety. Well, we got safety. Now they're gonna be clamoring the other way. Watch what happens here.
Wow.
They like to do a lot of clamoring. They just can't figure out what side they
way to
wanna
go.
get on.
I get it. So thank you.
John?
Also, Mayor, could you touch a little bit on the Edgeworth addition out there? I've had some scuttlebutt about there, about the finishing the yards and the yellow and blue tags and stuff in the yards. Maybe they need to, if they're allowed to pull
the
them
yellow
out or
tags-
not, or.
Yeah, yellow tags are like the gas lines a lot of times. They'll come through and scout it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Put them little wires in it. Unfortunately, they just leave them there. We mow around them, we wait, and we think they're gonna use them. And 3 months later, they're still sitting there.
Yeah.
Chances are, if you have no equipment in the front and they've been there 2 months, you can pull them things
Okay.
out of there. As far as, they bring like 1 or 2 crews in and then up to 3 crews. I don't get a daily report on that, but there's always at least 1 crew working in the zone. So I think they're in the Green Acre area right now, finishing up some stuff up in there. Far as issues like, if you want more dirt coming or different things like that, if you talk to the inspector out there, which is Cody Kafuri.
Yeah.
Or call the engineer's office, or even my office, we'll hook them up. But, far as I can tell, and I'm living right in the middle of it, I mean, it's got some tough moments, but overall, I think people are getting pretty satisfied. I mean, we do get one random call every other day about some opinion on something, and I get it, because
Yeah.
it's disruptive. One guy gets a bunch of digging, somebody else gets a little bit of digging.
Yeah.
Just depends on where the right-of-ways are and where you can pull it and where you can't. Overall, it's gonna be really nice to have it wrapped up. They told me when they think it'll be done, but I'm not putting it out there yet, because about the time I do, I get it right in the
Yeah.
side of the head every time. So, but if there's any certain questions, somebody give them to me, and I'll get them to the right person.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have anything? No? Looks like you're off the hook.
I doubt that I ever talked about it. Thank you.
For now, how's that? Yeah, thank you. All right, looks like we don't have anything for the city attorney tonight. Let's go to communications.
Yes, I have a letter to the council from Carol Goff. We would like to address the issue of apparently not having a dog warden in the city of Cambridge. We recently had an issue while one of our agents was showing a property, and the agent and her client spotted a very thin shepherd on a chain with no food or water. We found out it wasn't wise to call the dog warden. She made it clear she was not in charge of the city. This became a large issue, which is on record in the court system. Our company donated $6,000 for the new shelter in 2024. Should we be hiring a separate warden for the city of Cambridge? Private citizens shouldn't have to act on their own. Protect our citizens so this never happens again.
Okay, I'd like to make a
we need a
motion to
motion.
require that to finance. I'd like a motion.
Can you speak into the microphone?
I would like to request to refer that to finance.
All right, I'll make a motion to do so.
I'll second.
Second, Johnny. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Same side. Ayes have that.
I have a request from the code enforcement officer. She has 2 requests. One is to discuss the purchase of a property and the other is to appropriate $1,502.11 to refuse and trash.
Okay, Tim?
Motion to refer to Finance Committee.
Steve?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ayes have that.
And I have a request from the municipal court. This is in reference to, she kind of alluded to this when she was here giving her annual report, that she's asking for an additional appropriation of $10,000 for court cost attorney fees.
Yep.
Motion to refer to finance.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. Okay.
And have a request from Chief Deeks. It's time to put the 3.9 renewal levy on the ballot, so he needs to bring that to finance.
Okay. All right, John?
I'll make a motion, we report that to finance.
And Mike?
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. Okay.
I have a request from the city auditor. He's asking, there's 2 appropriations that he needs, as well as he is asking authorization to amend the non-union salary ordinance. He has an employee that's retiring, and he needs to get your permission to add a second accounting clerk for training to replace the retiree.
Brian?
Motion to refer to finance.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Same sign. Ayes have that as well.
I have the monthly, the April park board minutes.
Okay. And Brian?
Motion to accept and place on file.
Tom?
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well.
And I have the monthly report from the auditor, treasurer, and municipal court and the fire department.
Okay. Tom?
Motion to accept and place on file.
Brian?
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. Okay. That's all we have for that. A lot of work there tonight.
And that was a lot tonight.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's do reports and committees.
Report of Finance Committee, May the 5th. We recommend that council authorize the administration to enter into an agreement with Area Agency on Aging, Region 9, for participation in the Turner Trailhead Great Guernsey Trail Extension Project.
Okay, any questions on that report? All right,
Report of Finance Committee, May the 5th. We recommend that council authorize the administration to enter into an agreement with Community Development Corporation for the maintenance of the Great Guernsey Trail Extension.
okay, any questions on that report?
Report of City Services Committee, May the 5th. We recommend that council authorize the Secret Santa program to solicit funds.
Any questions on that report? None on that. Okay, and we don't have any unfinished business. And don't look like we have much for an audience portion tonight. We're moving right along. Doesn't look like we have anything on new business. So let's go to ordinances and resolutions.
An ordinance authorizing the administration to enter into an agreement with Area Agency on Aging, Region 9, for participation in the Turner Trailhead Great Guernsey Trail Extension Project.
Tim?
Motion to suspend?
And Steve?
Second the motion.
Roll call?
Conaway?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Laufman?
Yes.
Mauer?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Zaleski?
Yes.
Brian?
Motion to approve.
Tom?
Second to approve.
And any discussion on that? And we don't hear any. We'll go for a roll call.
Zaleski?
Yes.
McMillan? Evancho?
Yes.
Mauer?
Yes.
Laufman?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Conaway?
Yes.
And that motion is declared adopted.
An ordinance authorizing the administration to enter into an agreement with the Community Development Corporation for the maintenance of the Great Guernsey Trail Extension.
Okay, Steve?
Motion to suspend.
John?
Second to suspend?
Roll call?
Zaleski?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
Laufman?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Conaway?
Yes.
Mauer?
Yes.
You guys are right on about it. Tom?
Motion to pass.
And Brian?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that? And not hearing none, we'll go for a roll call.
Evancho?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Laufman?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Conaway?
Yes.
Zaleski?
Yes.
Mauer?
Yes.
And that motion is declared adopted.
An ordinance authorizing the Secret Santa program to solicit funds.
Tim?
Motion to suspend?
Steve?
Second the motion.
Roll call?
Mauer?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Zaleski?
Yes.
Conaway?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Laufman?
Yes.
Brian?
Motion to pass.
Kim?
Second to pass.
Gotcha. All right. Any discussion on that as well? Not hearing any, we will go with roll call.
Laufman.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
All right, and that motion is declared adopted. That. All right, and looks like we're ready for miscellaneous tonight.
All right, yes, Finance Committee will meet next Monday, May 19th at 4:30.
Legislative will meet at 4:45 or shortly after finance.
Also have anything you want to add tonight? Yes.
Well, I want to say, since we're throwing out congratulations, y'all know this, I've said it a gazillion times, but I'm a Bandsy from way back, proud graduate of the Bobcat Marching Band. And Mr. Zaleski's daughter, Rebecca, was
Yeah.
just named field commander for our marching band.
Yeah,
So
all right, yeah.
very proud of our
Good job.
Becca.
Would you like to give a speech on that?
She will. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything on miscellaneous tonight? If not, Sonny?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, we
Adjourn.
are adjourned.
Oh, sweet.